Shalom again to everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I want to say $2 for your hunger for your word. You back for another word from the Most High. This message is end time timeline. Many of our people do not understand the Most High's timeline. They don't understand end time prophecy, and there's a reason why they don't understand end time prophecy. Many of our people don't go into prophecy. So the people, the one they're listening to, they don't go into the prophecy. But here are some of the reasons why we don't understand. Number one, the people believing different things. Now watch, the Christians believe in the pre-trib rapture. Okay, this is easy. The pre-trib rapture is easy. Some of Yahusha believe the Most High will gather us. They're saying we don't have to do anything. He's going to deliver us. He's going to gather us out of all the countries. And this is the first thing that they believing that's going to happen. Make no mistake, the timeline is number one, rapture. The timeline for some of Yahusha, the Most High will gather us. The other thing, you don't have to flee. Again, he will gather us. Then some of our people even believe there will be raptured. Some will be raptured to heaven, and some will be raptured to the wilderness. This is just some of what our people believe. In this one, spaceships will come and get us. Spaceships will come and get us. We don't have to do anything but just stand still and see the salvation of the Most High. All of these things are easy. They're very, very easy. And there's something that I'm going to bring out, something that my wife said in our last Shabbat class that was very, very powerful, and it's dealing with easy. All of these things are easy. Okay, so let's find out what it is, the reason why we don't understand prophecy. This is Ecclesiastes 39:1. It says, but he that give his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation of it will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients. So we're saying right here, we should be seeking out wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecies. So you wonder why on this channel you hear me talking about prophecy a lot. Number one, many of our people don't understand. They don't know and understand prophecy. They don't understand we should be occupied in prophecy, digging out all the wisdoms of all the ancient. And so when you don't do this, you will fall in error. Yahusha said you err not knowing the scripture. So if you don't know the scripture, surely you're going to error. And so what I'm going to do is go through the timeline of the end time. And number one, I believe everyone will agree, the first thing that has to happen is the awakening. And this is Isaiah 48. And I went over this scripture in another video, and I read the whole entire thing to show when it is we are to come out, because it spells it out. Okay, it starts out, and I'm going to skip around. I'm not going to read all this. I've already done this. This is something I'm going back over. The first verse is, hear this, O house of Jacob, who are called by the name Yahusha. So he's saying, hear this. This word is for the house of Jacob, who is called by Yahusha. He wants you to hear what his word is saying. Okay? He's saying, I have declared he says the former things from the beginning. He's letting us know he's declared those former things from the beginning. They went forth from my mouth, and I caused them to hear it. Suddenly I did them, and they came to pass. 4, saying we was hard-headed, stiff-necked. And this is us, hard-headed and stiff-necked. 5, even from the beginning I have declared it to you. Before it came to pass, I proclaimed it to you, lest you should say my idols done it, and my carved image and my molded image have commanded them. Okay, he's saying he's made us hear new things. I'm going to skip over this. And he's saying, verse 9, for my name's sake I will defer my anger. So his anger. He was angry with his people, and he punished his people. He scattered his people throughout all the earth. This was the punishment. And his people were slaves. So he's saying, I'm going to defer my anger. I'm going to allow my anger to lift off of you. And I'm going to be kind enough to awaken you, to let you know who you are and who I am. He says, behold, I refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. Our people been through the furnace of affliction. That time has came, that time has passed. He has begun, I've said this before, he's begun to burst the yoke of bondage from around our necks. But our people don't see this, and they don't believe this. He's saying, for my own sake, I will do it. Do what? What is he talking about? See, if you don't know his word, you would not know what he's talking about. He says, I will do it. How should my name be profaned, and I will not give my splendor to another? We know this other was Jesus. He got all the splendor. God got all the splendor. 12. Listen to me, O Jacob. He's trying to get Jacob his attention. He says, listen to me, O Jacob, and Yahusha, my call. I am he. I am the first and also the last. Now, my children know me. If I come to them and I say, listen to me, my children, I am your daddy, they would look at me like, we know that. Why are you telling us this? Now, he's telling us this because we, the one, were lost. We, the one, didn't know who we were, and we didn't know who he was. And this is the problem. So he's introducing himself to his people. And then 14, all of you, assemble yourselves and hear. He's saying, here, assemble yourself, come together, assemble yourself. Listen to what I have to say. He says, he shall do his pleasure on Babylon. Now we're like scratching our head. What are we going on? What's going on here? Even I have spoken. Yes, I have called him. I have brought him, and his way will prosper. 16 says, come near to me. So he's saying, come near to me. Hear this. Remember, come means to move from one place to another. Come to me and hear this. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning. For the time that was, I was there. Okay? Okay, 17 says, thus says Yahuwah, your Redeemer, the Kadash one of Yahusha. I am Yahuwah, your Elohim, who teaches you to prosper, who leads you by the way you should go. He is the one that leads us by the way that we should go. 18 says, oh, if you just had heed my commandments, then your shalom would have been like a river. We would have been Barak, unbelievably, and our descendants like the sand of the sea. And he said we would not been cut off nor destroyed from before him. We were cut off, destroyed. So that's number one, the awakening. And also Ezekiel 37, the dry bones. This is the awakening. This is number one that happens. Number two, starting at verse 20, go forth from Babylon. This is number two. So number one, we have the awakening. Number two, come out of Babylon. That's number two. These are the two things that happens first. Go forth from Babylon, flee from the Chaldeans with the voice of singing, declare, proclaim this, utter it to the end of the earth. That means you must come from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth and proclaim it. You must do this, and this video will prove that. For Yahuwah has redeemed his servant Jacob, and they did not thirst when he led them through the deserts. Now we're talking about him leading them through the desert when they was making their wilderness journey. He caused waters to flow out of rocks for them. He's wanting us to get our mind on the wilderness. He also split the rock and waters gushed out. Verse 22, there is no shalom, says Yahuwah, for the wicked. For the wicked, there will be no shalom for you. You know, it's the wicked that come against his word when it clearly states, when he clearly speaks to us. It's the wicked that will go against his word. Okay, so we seen here, number one, awakening. Two, come out. And then when the people come out, there will be a waiting period. And then this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 10. I brought this out before. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So we are seeing once again how he's going to bring his people out of the land of Egypt once again, and the people will go into the wilderness. Now, I've said it time and time again. Everyone do not believe this. Everyone will not do this. Revelations 12, 14 and 17. I'm going to read 14 and 17. And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly in the wilderness into her place where she is nourished 4 times, half a time. Remember this, time, half a time. 3.5 years from the face of the enemy. 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahusha HaMashiach. Now, this is proof that all of those that I read, rapture, the Most High gathering all of us, if he gathers all of us, if all of us get raptured, you see, these are the same type teaching. If spaceship come and get all of us, who are these people that the dragon making war with? Someone has to answer this question. Who are these people? And how is it some of us will be saved and others not? How is this possible? How is it that we are giving into the enemy's hand? All right, let's see it. Revelations 13 and 7. And it was granted unto him to make war with the righteous. Listen, he is going to make war with the righteous. So when the woman goes into the wilderness, he go back to make war with the rest of them. This is number 4. This is the 4th. The enemy. Well, I skipped 3. The 3 is the second trip to the wilderness. 4 is the enemy being let loose on Yasharal. Let me say that again. Number 2 is the Exodus trip into the wilderness. Then while that happened, sometime it's not certain, but sometime within that period is when the total destruction of Babylon will take place. Then number 4, the enemy being let loose on Yasharal over the whole world. So this is what we're seeing. It was granted unto him to make war with the righteous, not the wicked, with the righteous, with those that keep the commandments, and to overcome them. So not only he's making war with them, you're not going to win this war. He's going to overcome them. Why? Because power and authority will be given unto him. And authority was given unto him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. So you must get this. Authority was given unto him to do this. Let's see what Daniel has to say. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak pompous words against the Most High. He's going to speak arrogant words, prideful words, vain words. These are the type words he's speaking against the Most High. And he shall persecute the righteous of the Most High. So he is going to persecute the righteous of the Most High. And he shall intend to change times and law. And the righteous shall be given into his hand for a times, and half a time, same as the woman going into the wilderness. A time, and half a time. So we're talking 3.5 years. And this 3.5 years is going to be rough for those that's on the outside of the wilderness. And the one that's in the wilderness, they will be protected by the Most High. This is his word. And these are the sequences of how it's going to happen. But the problem is, people really do not believe this. They don't think it's going to go down like this. They believe in another type way. They don't dig into the prophecies to find out exactly what's going to happen and what we are to do in these last days.